Hi, welcome to In the Market Parts Replacement Guide. Today we are going to make a short video on how to replace the running belt on the GT5000. If you have any issues with this, don't hesitate to give us a call on 021 438 9345, as one of our tech team will happily get back in contact with you. So first things first, ensure that there is no power running to your machine. Tools required for the belt replacement are the drill, a size 5 and 6 Allen key, and a Phillips screwdriver. So let's get started. Stage 1 is to remove the motor cover. For the purpose of saving time, we have already removed some of the screws, but on the motor cover it is held on with 4 screws, 2 at the front and 1 on the right and left hand side. Moving on to the end caps, each end cap is held in place with 2 screws. Once the screws are removed, the end caps just pop off, like so. Then, once the end caps are removed, the side skirts just slide up in this model. So with the motor cover, the end caps and the side skirts removed, just a top tip that will save you a lot of time when it comes to realigning the belt. Just before you start adjusting the belt, if you take a marker and just mark the middle of the roller bolt at the front of the machine, then to the rear, this will save a lot of time and a lot of hassle once the belt is replaced. So now that you're happy that you have clearly marked your roller bolts, it is now time to take the tension off the running belt. To do this, it's quite easy. With a size 6 Allen key, just come to the end of the bolt and just twist as such until you see slack coming on the running belt. So just unscrew the 2 bolts until your roller is actually free to be removed. Now comes the tricky part. Just to make it easier to access the top roller, you have to remove the circuit board. Please ensure that there is no power running to the machine before you attempt this. So with the 2 screws removed, just move your circuit board out of the way so you can access the top roller board. So as the bottom roller, the top roller is the exact same, size 6 Allen key, and just loosen off until your roller is free to be removed. So that's the bottom roller bolts removed and the top roller bolt removed. Please ensure that you do not tamper with the belt coming off the motor. When the 3 bolts are removed, this just makes it easier to slide your running belt off. So moving on, now it's time to take off your board. To do this, you need a size 5 Allen key as such. To remove the board, remove the 4 screws from the right hand side and 4 from the left hand side. So with the 8 bolts removed, the board is now free to come away from the treadmill. So at this point, this is the way your machine should be looking. Bottom roller removed, top roller loosened so that your running belt can be slid off, and the support board removed totally. So with the old belt removed, it's now time to replace it with your new one. Point to note, start with the top roller first, just sliding your belt over the top of it, like so. So now for the second tricky part. To replace your support board, you will have to lift off the red rubbers. There's 4 either side of the frame. This just makes it easier to replace the support board. So when it comes to replacing your support board, ensure that your board is going in between the running belt, like so. With your board placed in between your running belt, it is now time to replace the shock absorbers. As I said earlier, there's 4 either side of the machine. Try to have your shock absorbers lined up with your pre-drilled holes for fastening your support board back to the frame. So with your first shock absorber in, you come then to your orange side shock absorber. Point to note with this is top dot on your side shock absorber coincides with the dot on your support board. So at this point, your machine should look like this. Your new belt has been replaced, your board is back on the frame, and your shock absorbers are running up the left and right hand side. Please ensure that you have 4 red and 2 orange on the left and right hand side of your machine. Point to note that your support board is securely fixed to the frame of your treadmill. So now we move on to the process of tensioning your running belt. Point to note, start with the top roller, and all we are doing here is reversing the process for loosening the top roller. Point to note, we come back to making sure that your roller is in line with your mark that you made at the very start of this procedure. So once you're happy with your top roller lines up with your indication mark, it is now time to re-secure your circuit board. Please ensure that there is no power running to your circuit board. So with your top roller secured and your circuit board back in place, we now move on to the bottom roller. Just ensure that you place the bottom roller through the middle of your running belt and back on the securing points. Top tip when it comes to securing your bottom roller is if you take your Phillips screwdriver and ensure that your roller hole lines up with the securing points, like so. It just makes it a bit easier putting on your locking bolts. So with both your locking bolts started on the thread, now is a good time to ensure that your new running belt is at the same distance from each side of the white stoppers. Just cast your eye up the support board as such, and make sure that the distance between your running belt and the white stoppers is the same. So once you're happy that your belt is the same distance apart, come back to our top tip at the very start. Fasten the locking bolts on the rear roller to the mark you made at the very start of this process. This will just help with the belt staying in place and it doesn't run off to the left or right once you start the motor. So once you're happy that your bottom roller lines up with your indicator marks and your top roller lines up with your indicator mark, it is now time to start your machine. We do it at this point because it saves us the hassle of taking off the side skirts, the end caps and the motor cover again. Just speeds up the process. Just start your machine in slow. And all we're looking for here is to see if the belt pulls to the left or to the right. If your indicator marks are correct, your belt should stay central, like so. Then you can go on to replacing your side skirts, your end cap and your motor cover. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any hassle, give us a call on 021 438 9345.